Howdy, welcome back to Wobble Enjoy Sports. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider to like the content and subscribe to the channel. But if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. We only had to wait until the very last round of the season to get a grand final rematch, but we got one happening here tonight. And to help me commentate on the game is Dan from the Rugby League Outlaws. It's always good to have your company. And if it's anything like our previous matches, mate, we could be in for a belter.
Absolutely, mate. We haven't commentated a bad game yet, so let's hope it doesn't start tonight. Obviously, a little biased, but we'll see how we go.
Yes, and speaking of seeing how we go, you might recognise, for those who are regulars around here, that it is a new background. I'm in a bit of a new scenario at the moment, so I hope it's all working. I hope I'm coming in crystal clear and whatnot. So we'll go through the team list now, Dan. So coming into the contest, and you alluded to it on your Twitter account earlier this afternoon, Dan, that the Sharkies, who sit in fourth, are sitting at $6 at the moment compared to the Roosters, $1.11, which is rather extraordinary. Going into the team list news for the Roosters, Parker, Naividi and Frizard are the back three. Surgis and Kelly are the centres. Isabel Kelly remarkably coming back a week before finals. Maybe you rest her, maybe you don't, but they've elected to play her tonight. The captain comes back. Kelleher and Aiken are the halves. Poulet, Davis and Butler are the starting front three. Nasio, Strange and Koenig, the back row. Wood, Carlisle, Hall and Lopamua are on the interchange with Short and Burton as 18th player, Dan.
Yeah, and for the Sharks, you've got Jada Taylor, Cassie Staples, Captain Penatani Gray, Gracie Lee Weeks, Dominic Dutoit is in for George Ravix on the wing, Emma Veron and Kira Ratu, who's been fantastic, Ellie Johnson and Tucker Patola up front, Georgia Hanaway 9, Holmes and Tafua in the back row, Anderson at lock, and it's just as we're kicking off, Faulkner, King, Kira Ratu and Carter make up the bench as the Sharks take the ball early. I guess I'm calling the Sharks through Kira Ratu, 20 metres out. Short kickoff by the short price favourites there in the Roosters. Tale Holmes takes a hit up and gets back to the 30. Everyone is talking Roosters by how many tonight? I do believe as Ellie Johnson's up over the 30, crashes through one, plays just short of the 40. But the Sharks will get this close, hopefully, as Georgia Hanaway takes off from dummy half. Gets up to halfway on the fourth. Decent start here from Cronulla. Isn't always the way. Sharks go right. I believe that's Brooke Anderson there with the hit up on the last tackle. So look to Kiri Ratu, who kicks it from the 40. There'll be no kick pressure here, but it'll land on the 10, and the Roosters have the ball.
Dan, continue on, mate. I'm having a bit of a spaz at the moment. Continue on, mate.
That's all right. So a Rooster passes it to a Rooster, and we don't like this. So I was going to try and not call them by name tonight, so I'm going to stick to that.
That's all right. Yep.
So the Sharks tackle on the 20. I'm going to call this as Cronulla. The Roosters hit it up. Ellie Johnston in the tackle, which LA Holmes is a very biased call, but I don't care. The Roosters go up over the 30. I think that's Jess Surgis there who's got the ball, or Isabel Kelly. It's Isabel Kelly, sorry. There's only a huge photo of her at work. It's not weird. I work near the Roosters. There's fourth tackle here. The Roosters are right well over halfway, winning the territory battle early to the surprise of nobody. As the kick goes up and the Cronulla fans hold their breath, Dutoit takes it. Now, last year, she dropped the first bomb and we conceded 40 unanswered points. So I'm glad to see the starters a little bit better this time around. Brooke Anderson goes for a run and gets back to the 20. And I believe we're set here. We are, yes. Cassie Staples goes from dummy half. I'm going to go full screen. I'm getting distracted easily here. People are probably sick of hearing my voice. It's left to Veron, who turns it inside to, I believe that's Penatani Gray. I have to move closer to the TV here. Georgia Hanaway takes off. Ellie Johnston with another hit up over the 30. Tries to play it quickly. She's held on to. Another one comes in. Referee. It's Penatani's barking orders, and Kira Ratu with the clearing kick. It's out on the full. That ain't good.
Oh, dear. Well, what's not good as well, mate? So what I'm going to have to do, bro, is use KO, and that's unfortunately about 10 seconds behind you, mate.
Yep.
Oh, how are we going to do this, man? Because you can't pause, can you?
This can be done, mate. This can be done.
This can be done? All right. Well, right now, I've just seen the kick from Kirioratu sail over the dead ball line. As I just want to say thank you, everybody, for the patience, technical difficulties. Alrighty, so right now the ball is in the hands of Kelleher, I can see. And for me, Dan, she has played the ball now. Davis passes right to Koenig and on to Butler. And Butler is met immediately by Sharkies defenders. About 35 metres out. The Roosters are central. They elect to continue to go right with Taryn Aiken, who then puts Strange back under, and Strange is able to get to the 30-metre line. Davis is at dummy half again, second tackle. Way out left in field to Koenig. Aiken flat for Nasio, and she stopped about 21 metres out, but no, she's told to go back. She was tackled, the referee does say. And this is Davis going back right, Koenig with a straight and hard carry, and she stopped 11 metres out. Again, the Roosters are central on the fourth. Davis right to Aiken. Back left in field there for Butler. And it's a penalty here for offside play by the Sharkies, Dan. How are we doing?
All good. I've got a Tale Holmes close up now as it pulls back 31-13.
All right, now this is Koenig taking the hit up. And she's tackled a couple of metres right of the sticks. Roosters are running left to right of screen, and 4 minutes has gone in this first half. Davis scoots to the left-hand side, and she's going to be held up by the Sharks, Dan.
Defence there from Cronulla. I think we're all equal here, mate. I'm logged in as you on KO, so just in case. But let's
You've
go
hacked to be.
I've hacked you.
Oh, dear. All right, then. So this is Poole. It's taken about 3 defenders to take her down right in front of the sticks. Davis goes left with a wrapping around Aiken, who throws a cutout pass left. And the Roosters, through Kelly, in danger of getting chucked over the sideline, but they defend the captain. Frazada dummy up, throws it out the back to Kelleher, flat for Davis, right to Poole. And Poulet's tackled 12 metres out. It's good defence so far from your Sharkies, Dan. As Davis on the last goes left, there's some space here. Cut out left to Kelly. Left to Prasad. Prasad scores in the corner. I thought it was an off pass. And it has been... No. Prasad got up looking like maybe it wasn't allowed, but it's a try there for the Sydney Roosters. 4 points to nil after 5 minutes, Dan.
Look, mate, I for one am shocked that this super team is leading Cronulla after that was 2 metres forward. But we've given up on calling forward passes, so this is a brilliant angle here from our friends at KO, and that is undoubtedly a forward pass. Whatever, who cares? Detroit caught off a wing. We thought that might be the case, but Georgia Ravix probably wasn't stopping that either. Now, I have to admit, mate, I get Jess Surgis and Isabel Kelly mixed up. Even though they look nothing like and play on different sides of the field, I apologise in advance. I just can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're both great centers, so there you go.
Well, that's a friggin' bugger, mate, because, yes, the Sharkies did defend well, but Kelly had that hit up. It went back in field, went back out left, and, I thought that was a forward pass. Now, we've got a little bit of time as we're waiting for the kick, or the kick actually sails to the left-hand side of the post. Dan, there is still a bit to play for here for your Sharkies, even though I know you don't kind of want them to win. So the Sharkies, if they lose tonight, there's a possibility they don't play at Shark Park in week 1 of the finals, but you don't want that to happen.
No, I don't. So Cronulla's NRLW record at Cronulla is diabolical. It is what it is. I want to play your girls in North Queensland next weekend. So I'm not going to be too upset when Cronulla lose this game. Let's be very honest. We're just wasting time till the Broncos and the Roosters play the grand final. Everyone knows how I feel. That said, we need a good performance tonight because we don't want to be playing you lot on the back of a big loss because, like early in the season, you might just mop us up.
All right, so waiting for kickoff, and I'm a bit worried. Only for the other reason is that a Sharks team has travelled twice to Central Coast this year, and it's turned out to be the Bermuda Triangle for you lot. And now we're here for a third time, but featuring the woman for the first time as Poole rumbles back to the Sharkies' defensive line, and it's worked its way to the right-hand side for Butler, who's met on the thin red line by the Sharks defense on second tackle. 6 minutes gone, and I've just had an absolute crash out. And I'm just having an absolute crash out, mate.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I was just about to tweet what was going on and a link. So I'm going to have to look left. So I've got my computer. It's not professional, but it'll do. As the Roosters ruck it up to halfway. I'm not calling them by name. I flatly refuse it. So ball goes back to a Rooster who kicks it. That's a great kick. Jada Taylor's under it. Catches it quite well on the 10. Really good. That was a beautiful kick. I'm not going to bag it. Taylor's up over the 20. She's looked very good since she's come back. Unfortunately, Emma Veron also is a great fullback. So you got two as Detroit goes for hit up and is smashed and stops there at the 20. Emma Veron in hooker gives it to Cassie Staples, who was met with some extreme defence in the middle. G'day, Luke. I saw that earlier. Good to see you, mate. Also shut up. As ball goes left, Emma Veron turns it inside to Tale Holmes, who's been busy early. It's driven backwards over the 40. A referee, we're going to call held tonight. No, all good. It's Georgia Hanaway sends it right to Ellie Johnson, who hits it right up the middle. They're back over the 40 where the initial tackle started before she was driven back. The Georgia Hanaway will find Kiri Ratu, who will roost it, hopefully keep it in this time. Looks like she will, and the Roosters will contest the ball, knock it backwards. Absolutely well done there, and the Chooks are on their way.
All right, I'm here. All right, so we got the Roosters. We got Parker tackled on her own 30. All right, and this is Fasad, who has the hit. As the head up, she's up to the 40-metre line, still inside their own territory. Aiken at dummy half goes left to Isabel Kelly, who rumbles her way into Sharks territory by about 5 metres or so. I'm sweating bullets over here, Dan. This is exciting stuff. A flat, almost forward pass to Paul gets her to the 40-metre line of the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. I'll update that time in a second as well. All right, to the left, Kelleher. To the left, Nasio. Met there by the Sharkies, and they're about 25 metres out. Kelleher on the last, puts in a right-footed crossfield kick for a Surges, but it's taken on the full there by the Sharkies, mate.
So we've got Tiana Pinatani-Gray, who's been really good the last few weeks, takes yet another hit up. Going to need Cronulla's best players to stand up tonight because we've seen what happens when the Roosters get some points. They tend to find lots of points. As Cassie Staples is up over the 20. As long as she's not under a high ball, she's fantastic. Over the 30, in fact. So they go left to Tale Holmes, who runs at Jasmine Strange. They must see something down there because they've gone left more often than not, which I suppose doesn't shock me given the change on the right side. Georgia Hanaway looks in to Brooke Anderson, turns it inside to Tucker Patolo, who is quickly becoming my favourite player. As I've got I've got an error that says maximum streams allowed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump on Channel 9 and we'll just do our best. As nothing's happening as my computer screen loads up.
All right.
Also,
so we got Tucker Patolo has the head up. Oh, this is fun. All right, Georgia Hanaway, dummy half on the last tackle, goes right to Shante Kirioratu, who puts the bomb up from halfway. And it's taken on the full there by Frazard, about 15 metres away from her own try line here. And now it's being worked here for Parker, who's gotten up to the 20-metre line. And she'll play the ball right infield for Naividi.
I think you'll pause, mate, because on mine, Detroit is just picking up the ball for Cronulla.
Oh, Detroit does. Yes, she does. Holy shit.
Right. Channel 9 goes off as Kirioratu succumbs in the tackle. I think that might have been a little bit of a shepherd, but who cares? As, ball goes left to Pinatani-Gray. Cronulla are going nowhere and quickly. Emma Veron's barking orders. Need to get her involved, but there's not much you can do. As they go left to Cassie Staples. Very one out here for Cronulla. Again, I know the opposition's pretty good, but Cronulla have to be better. As Georgia Hanaway goes for a scoot from dummy half, gives it to Ellie Johnson, who says, "See ya!" to a couple of defenders and gets caught short of the 50. Good hit up. That saved us there. As we go left, and Emma Veron puts in an absolute ripper of a kick. It'll bounce in, out. 3 metres out. Good touch finder. Let's milk the clock and keep this as close as possible, girls. Go the Sharks. Although, you'll notice I have all the signatures from the second year of the Sharks NRLW team. So...
Very, very good. I ain't got no friggin' signatures. They all friggin' run the other way when I come up to them, the Cowboys players. I'm like the Toxic Avenger. All right, then. So we got Kernick with ball in hand, plays the ball on the 10. Kelly goes right to Aiken, then right to Strange. and only a metre, not even a metre, has been made there. So that's good defence from the Sharkies there. 12 minutes gone. It's 4-0. Sharkies, even though they licked the first point, they've been in this game. All right, so Koenig plays the ball. They go left, flat for Kelleher, left to Nasio. She's met very quickly by Kiriaratu, and she has forced the error by the Roosters, Dan.
Look, here we go. Cronulla must capitalise. Now, the last couple of times we played the Roosters, we lost 40-0, I believe, in whatever the grand final was. If you can believe it, I never watched a replay. But we were like 30-0 down at halftime, and I just wanted the girls to score one try. They ended up getting closer than they perhaps should have, but it just shows you if you let the Roosters go, they can go. Cronulla need to score here. Kiriaratu feeds the ball on the 20, right in the middle. Goes left to Emma Veron, who just shovels it left to, that's Penatani Gray. She's been busy on both sides of the field early. Up to the 10. Cassie Staples looks right to Emma Veron, who wants to get a hand on the ball, which is good to see. Ellie Johnson just right up the middle. So someone lost the mouth guard there. That's rude. So the ball goes right through Takapatolo, who she's so good, mate. I love Takapatolo. What can I say? Georgia Hanaway, 3 metres out, just right of the sticks here. Cronulla building something. Jada Taylor goes herself, gets brought down just short of the line. Ball stripped out, and Casey Badger says,
"No,
I don't know what I'm doing, I believe." Cronulla have to challenge that. It's clearly been ripped out with 2 in the tackle.
Yeah.
They are going to challenge, and I would challenge every decision tonight just because.
Oh, I know where you're going with that too, but they should be $1.30 to win this.
They should, absolutely. So you got 2 players in, and she's clearly stolen the ball 2 metres away from the referee, who has said, anyways, they're going to win this challenge very, very easily.
All right, Dan, can I ask, are you in any position just to pause it just for 2 seconds? I think you're 2 seconds in front of me. Are you able to do that? Sick. All right, now we should be in unison. Oh, new surround. Yeah, yep. So challenge successful. New surroundings, man. Holy shit, brings brand new freaking problems, but I think we've worked it out.
It does look good. Everything other than your hat is very good. There's Cronulla tap and go through Takapatolo. 1 metre out. Georgia Hanaway looks left. She's going to cut a couple out. Gives it to Emma Veron, who keeps going left. Jada Taylor creates a bit of space. And Penatani knocks on. They Cronulla-fied it, mate.
Oh, no, Vidi with the don't argue. Oh, they did. They Cronulla-fied it, indeed. Okay, so they go left now. This here is Isabel Kelly. She's been involved a lot inside the opening 14 minutes, man, for someone who's coming back from an injury where her front beavers got dislodged. So now it's a penalty now for the Roosters, Dan. Oh, dear.
Look, you don't want to be too harsh on Cronulla here, but they Cronulla-fied it. What else can I say? Looks like young Tafua, is it? Inside 10. I don't like how they just zoom in on a player. It's like, it's her fault. That's you expect better from your captain. But anyways, it's only 4-0, so that's a positive.
They've been good defensively. As an overhead shot of, we see a Polytech Stadium in Gosford. It's one of the great grounds, especially on a Sunday afternoon here. All right, so this is a Tessa Poole now, and she is stopped just short of halfway. So 15 gone, 4-0. Roosters running left to right. This here is Koenig, who elects to put, I believe that's Lopamua back under. It might be Amp Hall in jersey 17, however, but let's play on here. And that is Nasio with an intense carry, getting the team down to about 23 metres out. Davis goes right. Koenig, who does she use? She finds Aiken, who dummies, and is crunched by Tale Holmes, if I'm not mistaken. And she is holding a knee, if I'm not mistaken, Dan. Oh, my God.
Not good. I don't think there's anything wrong with tackle. I hope it's knee on knee, because that's obviously an impact injury, and that's the lesser of two evils, but it doesn't look real good.
So just it
looked like knee on knee.
Knee on knee.
I mean, it still hurts. Oh no, hold on. No, that's definitely not knee on knee. That yeah, I'm not NRL physio, so I don't know. I'm just gonna say that doesn't look good.
No, it did become knee on knee, but it looked awkward. Just want to say hello to the 11 odd people that are in the chat right now. Thank you very much for coming by and saying g'day. Please subscribe to Wobble and All Jaw Sports or Rugby League Outlaws. I was in the middle of two just then, but please subscribe to both of us, please. And let's get Rugby League Outlaws to 1,000 subscribers sooner rather than later as well. They thoroughly deserve it. But the Sharkies, they leaked the first points of the game, but how have you made of their opening 15 minutes, Dan?
Look, Cronulla have been good. They had the one opportunity and probably should have done a little bit better, but if you'd offered me 4-0 after 15 minutes, I would have taken it. It looked like Aiken's coming off the field. So she collapsed just before the tackle.
Yeah.
Look, even an MCL rules are out for the season at this stage, but let's just hope it's one of those. God, my knee hurts, and in half an hour, she's like, oh, no, it's all sweet, because you don't want to see that.
Absolutely. So this is Mia Wood that's going to come on. So I think Kelleher would shift into halfback and then probably Bridie Parker. Probably Bridie Parker shifts into the 5'8" slot, and therefore maybe a Mia Wood becomes the fullback. But there's a little bit of team swapping around here for the Sydney Roosters. So they're going to have a play the ball on fourth tackle, approximately 20 metres out here. Still waiting for the play the ball. It does come now, so they go left. Oh, it's been immediately knocked on by Koenig. Oh, you see it all the time, Dan. Like one team after a bit of a break, the team will drop the ball. It's always interesting to see when a team has to restart after a bit of a break, and the Roosters were not switched on.
No, you're right. And it must be difficult to see your teammate go down like that. Probably mine not 100% on the job. We'll put it down to some rushing Cronulla defence. I don't know. But Kiriaratu's going to feed the scrummage, so Cronulla survived. Still 4-0 Roosters. Gracie Lee Weeks goes for hitter. She's been pretty good. She's very young. She probably didn't expect to see as much ball this season as she's got, so it's good to see. So Georgia Hanaway's in it, dummy half. Goes left to Tucker Patolo again, who is just roosting right up the middle. Hanaway in at 9. I've liked her since the switch to 9. I don't think she started the season particularly. She looked very good last few weeks. As Emma Verron goes left, creates a bit of space, throws we'll still call it an interesting ball, and Cassie Staples picks it up, clearly knocks it on, and finally the call comes. Yeah, look, every time Cronulla try and get expansive, they lose the ball. So maybe just rock it up the guts and put a kick up. But, mate, if I was drinking every time Cassie Staples dropped the ball, going down.
No, well, look, I think she's improved over the past month or so, but maybe it's because you're on, Dan, that she thought that she'd have a knock on in your honour.
Yes, let's go with
that. Let's go with that. Yes, all right.
About the other 6, Sam? No, never mind.
No. All righty. So the Roosters now, they've got a chance to strike back. Naividi goes left from the base of the scrum, and it's worked its way out left to Isabel Kelly, who's backing her away, and will stand in the tackle about 23 metres out. She plays the ball. Naividi right in field for Paul Lay, who's been busy, and she is wrestled, and she still stands in the tackle. That's 2 victories in the tackle the Roosters have won, and they go right, and this is Lopamua. Lopamua is stopped right in front of the goalpost here, just a couple metres out. Third tackle, Naividi flat for Koenig. Koenig is pushed back. She was over the try line, so Naividi's moved into dummy half. The winger has moved into dummy half. Naividi goes right out the back to Kelleher. Dummies goes right to Parker, who I suspect has remained at fullback. Mia Wood has gone out to the left wing. Surges at dummy half on the last. Goes left. This is Kelleher. Right-footed crossfield kick. I think it's just got a bit... Oh, no! It's got the perfect balance, the perfect weight. And I think Brizard going to claim the try, Dan.
Yeah, look, Sione Katoa on the wing getting out... Detroit on the wing getting out jumped. There must be something about Cronulla right wingers just being unable to leave the ground. It was a good kick. It was a good take, but Detroit had about 4 or 5 metres space. It should have had a chest mark, let's be honest. We can only hope that she's somehow offside, or this is going to be 8, possibly 10-0 in a few minutes' time.
It looked like it was going a bit too deep, but then it took a left turn and went into the lap of Rizard. I think on first glance, I'm happy with that.
That's a try. Detroit wanted none of that. I'm not going to bag him, but the effort wasn't there. We'll leave it at that.
Alrighty. Well, we've got Haley, Emma in the chat. G'day, Haley. She'll take not being nilled against the super team as a win. I'm sure that I'm hoping there's some points for you. Jason Reid of the Roosters, super fan. He's doing front flips and back flips in his living room right now. But just keep the champagne on ice, mate, because the Sharkies in the grand final last year had a massive comeback. It did fall short, however, but there could be a comeback for old time's sake coming up later on tonight, Dan.
You can have a look at this. No, never mind. Try confirm. I don't know why they're wasting everyone's time here. Look, what Haley said might be construed as a knock or a cop out, but 100%. Like if we lose 30-10, that's a win in this game, and I'm not going to harp on about it. Everyone knows my feelings about this competition right now and the way it is skewed towards two teams, but you got to beat teams when you're on. That's a good kick, 10-0. But anyways, Cronulla, we're probably the team that can disrupt the finals. And by can, I mean if every single Rooster and Bronco gets COVID and can't back up on the day. And if this is 40-0 again, well, you're going to hear calls from certain parts led by yours truly. So let's go, Cronulla. We need to fight for the integrity of this competition, and I'm only half kidding when I say that.
George Allen with the comment of the night so far. He had a big arch burger for lunch yesterday. Thank you very much, George, and thank you very much for coming in. As we've got Lopamua who hits the ball up. So just to confirm, Taran Aiken has gone off with a right leg injury, and that has shifted Naividi into dummy half, Kelleher into halfback. And I think Bridie Parker at 5'8". Don't know about that yet, but Mia Wood is on as it's worked its way out left for Nasio, who bumped away from Anderson, offloaded to Kelly, and Kelly up over the 40-meter line, nearly dropped the ball there, and she stopped about 5 meters short off halfway. Third tackle, 10 points to 0, 20 minutes gone. This is Kernick now. She just has a hit up that gets the Roosters into Sharks territory. She was looking to offload, but could not do so. Fourth tackle, Sharks 40. Lopamua straight and hard, beats one, offloads back to Naividi. She's got the pace in the center of the park to trouble. Basketballs it over the top, right to Parker, right to Strange, right to Surgis, right to Mia Wood, and they score a fantastic try, the Sydney Roosters, Dan. Yeah,
look, here we go. Here we go. Brilliant play. Good ball movement to the right. It's hard to get excited about this, Sam, but I'm here to do just that. Great try from the that was a good offload that started it all, and I hope Cronulla aren't getting paid by the tackle tonight, or they're not going to be able to afford bus fare on the way home, and they should be walking home after that effort. But look, we'll put that down as some really good ball play from some good players. Jasmine Strange, I think she's made a really, really good go of moving into the second row, so that's a positive.
Yeah, NRL Edits asks, hey, Wobbling, when Parramatta play Cowboys, what were you thinking when Moses kicked the field goal? That's a very unwarranted and very mean old question to be asking me that, mate. But I don't know, mate. That happened about 6 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't friggin' know. Asking about, did I see Moses spray De Silva? I heard Moses spray De Silva. George Allen says he's got the State of Origin 25 years on DVD. Fantastic, George. Fantastic. Got all sorts of questions coming in tonight, Dan. Good to see. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in and supporting Rugby League Outlaws and Wobble Enjoy Sports. And
now, Sam, I'm trying to get excited here. I'm going to put in a better effort at the Roosters' quality football, because let's face it, it is quality football. I just feel it's like you and I taking hit-ups against year 3 and 4 kids and then going, yeah, we did it! So keep that in mind. That's my disclaimer as I go positive about what's to come. Although if I see any Roosters fans do this on the weekend, I'm going to think they're just waving as a shark fin. So
yes. Yes, alrighty. And now this is a hit up from Amber Hall. She's got into the 20. Naividi goes right to Parker, then right to Lopamua, gets over the 30-meter line. Naividi goes to the left-hand side from dummy half for Kernick. wanted to ask the question before, but we just didn't have any time, Dan. But with 1 week before finals, you've pretty much wrapped up the minor premiership. Would you have rested players tonight? But then again, the NRLW players only have 11 games to play throughout a season. So I don't know but it's awesome to see that they've decided to go no mercy against the Cronulla Sharks tonight. Dan says, no, it's not. This is last tackle. Novidi goes left. Kelleher puts in a right-footed bomb. It's going to fall down towards Detroit, who knocks it on into the lap of Amber Hall, who offloads it left to Fassad. Fassad is stopped right in front of the try line, Dan. 0 tackle. 23 minutes gone. Oh, dear. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Cronulla aren't going to get the ball for a little while anyways.
Well, Fassad looks to be a little bit winded in that contact behind the play, but Novidi now is stopped, centre field. This is second tackle. And they go right. This is Kernick. She searches for the line. Looking back at her teammates, looking to do things nonchalantly, Dan. They need to be a little bit more physical now, the Sharkies. Kelleher cut out way out left. A bat on from Davis to Kelly from 11 metres out, and Kelly scores a try upon return. I'm not sure about the bat on, if that went forward or stayed flat, Dan. But that was high school kindergarten stuff, bro.
It was, and I'm just going to call her Dominic Du Toilet on Twitter. I think that's funny. Look, that bat on was. Don't care with that. I kind of want to see Tony Herman hook Du Toit and say it's not good enough. It'll kill her confidence, but at this stage, I don't really care. Cronulla are going to play finals, and if they want to pretend to be serious, they're the calls that you got to make. You got King on the bench, and you can shift them out. I honestly don't think who you play at right wing, though. You could play literally Sione Katoa, and I think the Roosters are going to carve you up. So, look, we're probably looking at another 40-50-0 game here, but I don't know, at least the tries are fun, I suppose. Dan,
this comment here, we'll touch on at halftime, okay?
Done.
We'll touch on it half. Yep. Throwing a weapon pass like that in NRLW, Paul says. George Allen got the cricket DVDs for Halloween. Very good, mate. Very good.
What's all these DVDs, legends?
Oh, mate. Kelleher now from about 21 metres out. A couple of metres infield from the sideline, sorry. She shoots, and she's spliced it to the right-hand side. So with 10 minutes to go, it's 18 points to 0. And the Sharkies, I don't think they've touched the ball for over 5 minutes now, Dan.
Detroit knocking the ball on's the most they've had, as I believe one of our girls might be on report for hip drop here. I don't even know Detroit.
On Fassad.
Who cares? Oh no, maybe not. They're just showing a replay. No, maybe not. Maybe it's just a replay of the cover tackle. I don't know.
Alrighty, so kickoff has commenced. Amber Hall has got the ball back, and she puts, I think maybe it was Jacinta Carter on her backside and continues to rumble up forward, and she stopped just before the 30-metre line. She can't get up and play the ball. Sharkies are all over her. Novidi, a dummy half, goes left to Parker, left to Lopamua, who has been insane since she has come onto the paddock. This is second tackle. Kiriratu get off of her. Lopamua plays the ball, and this here is Kernick. She beat one tackle and makes great post-contact meters, stopped about 4 meters short of halfway. Novidi, right to Lopamua again, over halfway and getting to the 40 of the Sharks. This is fourth tackle now. 9 minutes remain, 18 points to 0. Roosters on the charge. Kernick threatened to explode through the defensive line, but last tackle, Kelleher, right-footed bomb. Hold your breath. It's been kicked forward by Fassad, I feel, but Jada Taylor is there to clean up the scraps.
Cronulla have the ball. Here we go. So Cronulla get it to about the 8. I believe that's young Gracie Lee Weeks, who's probably not having the best night, to be fair. Cassie Staples, as we're just checking. So Detroit is on report for hip drop, and it's probably going to cop a week for that between us. As the Sharks go left through Emma Veron, who turns it inside to Penatani Gray, who's well handled just past the 20. This is literally the best position the Cronulla had the ball in the last 10 minutes. They go past their 30. Now, is that Jacinta Carter on? It is. Added a bit of size to the pack, and geez, do we need it in a literal big way. As Georgia Hanaway goes right, Kiri Ratu, who's going to clear it on the 4th. Doesn't get a great purchase and will turn the ball over in good field position.
Oh, alrighty. So for me, the ball's just landed on for Parker just then. She's gone over the 30-meter line just now, and she's brought down to terra firma. So Taryn Aiken, we can see, is on the sideline now. And it's a penalty here for the Roosters. It's a crusher tackle on the Roosters, Dan.
Gotcha. I'm caught up. It's penalty holding down.
Oh, holding down. I thought it was a crusher motion.
Yeah,
sorry.
Like a crusher, the way it's on report, it's definitely a crusher of some sort. No, it's
no. So who the hell's on report for what?
I think Hanaway for doing a little brush at the end. Whatever. Let's go back at halftime.
Yep. Alrighty. So I believe that this is Carlisle with ball in hand. She plays it now. So it's Faulkner who's on report for what? Dunno, to be confirmed. Kelleher dummies and knocks the ball on. Reprieve.
Play on there. They're again, I don't want to go on a tangent, but geez, the refereeing's poor. I'm just waiting for more. You're not going to get it. Check Twitter, perhaps.
Yes. Yep.
So she's definitely knocked that ball on. That's a good call. That's 1 good and 7 bad. We're getting there. We're getting there, Sam from Wobbling Jaw. Like and subscribe. Let's go, Cronulla. It's Kiri Ratu feeds the ball in the scrum. Cronulla going to get up over their 40, the 40. As Penatani Gray makes a half break, I was lost for words literally there. It's up to the 30. Great run by the skipper. She's hard to bring down. So Sharks go right through Hanaway. Now to Tale Holmes, who squares up. Is handled well. It brought down a little bit. Wasn't nice. Anyways, the Jacinta Carter turns inside, brushes one away. He's brought up right on the 20. She too is grabbing at something. They're getting a bit rough here, the Roosters girls. A bit ruffled, perhaps, as Emma Veron goes left. To Jada Taylor, who's up to the 10, beats one. It's brought down. God, don't hurt her knees. We need her come final time. Emma Veron's got the ball. Needs to her get more involved. Gives it to Jacinta Carter again. It's been extremely busy. She's up over the 10. There should be – I take a field goal here. I take 18-1. As the Sharks go right through Kiri Ratu, who just rolls a kick in, kicks it halfway back to Sydney, and that is a 7-tackle set and very disappointing.
It was the right idea. The execution was poor because Parker was in no woman's land, and it just had too much Milo on the kick there, Dan, as the Roosters play the ball on their own 30. This is 0 tackle, and I believe that's Carlisle with the hit up, if not Jasmine Strange. And the play the ball comes now. That was Jasmine Strange. This is Surgis now with the hit up centre field. She offloads back to Davis, who passes left to Kelly, just short of halfway, and Kelly is into Sharks territory. This is second tackle up the top of the screen. Novidi passes right infield here for Davis, right to Koenig. She stops and is afforded about 5 post-contact meters after the fact. All right, so this is third tackle, Novidi. Novidi has all the time in the world to find Rima Butler, and Butler is brought down on the 40-meter line. Fourth tackle, Novidi. Left, Kelleher puts in a fourth tackle kick. Detroit was up in the defensive line. It's allowed to bounce. She batted it back. Could have just left it to go over the sideline, boss.
Yep, that's definitely what anyone with any footballing ability whatsoever would have done, yes.
Oh, dear.
I don't know what goes through these players' minds. Like, that is... Unless she thought it was a 40-20, like as in they kicked it from our 40 to our 20. Very disappointing from Du Toilet.
Oh, okay, so 10 meters out here, the Roosters with Koenig on the charge. Novidi, Egad, Kelleher for Amber Hall in that scenario. You've got friggin' jersey 12 for you ladies, who has rolled around holding her nose, which is now on the back of her melon. And Amber Hall has scored the try. It's 22 points to 0. Holy smokes, Dan.
Yeah, that one-on-one was never going to be good as Kirirachi gets absolutely thrown. I don't know what they do. I know they're not full-time players, but I don't know what these girls do at training, because if they didn't know that Amber Hall was going to run at our halfback at every opportunity given, then that's coaching malpractice. But let's be honest, Cronulla should have the ball 20 metres out, but they don't because of an error. A schoolgirl error. You're lucky this is your stream and not mine, or I would be up here.
Dan, if you want to see the uncensored Dan, everybody, please go and find Southo Dan on the X app as Kelleher shoots and scores to extend it out to 24 points to 0 with 2.5 minutes to go. But if you want to see what Dan really wants to say and what he's really thinking, go find him on X. Yes, it's not Twitter anymore. It is X these days. Oh, shit. It was a good start from the Sharks defensively, mate. And then Aiken's gone off, and that's been the best thing for the Roosters by the looks of things, mate.
Yeah, they've been good. It galvanised them, and they've also figured out that if they kick to our less than amazing winger, which could be either of them, she's going to knock the ball 11 times out of 10. So this is going to get scary, to be totally frank. Is that Faulkner? No, Tafua's coming off with a HIA, and look, she's an attractive girl, but her nose is in about 14 different positions. So I hope she's all right. She does look okay, but there was some contact there. So I'm absolutely okay with the HIA.
Alrighty, I'll get to everybody's comments in just a second as we have recommencement of this game, if you want to call it that at the moment. And Rima Butler just rumbles back towards Jacinta Carter, but nice contact from Carter. Butler stopped about 21 metres out from her own try line. Novidi at dummy half. Goes left to Parker, left to Carlisle. And Carlisle is going to get driven back. That's better physicality. I guess when you bring Takapatola on, if I'm not mistaken, you get that. I think that's Takapatola anyway. Well, speaking of friggin' physicality, Amber Hall just chopped down a Sharkies defender. This is third tackle, 30 metres out. Novidi goes left, finds Davis's first receiver. And she stopped just before the 40-metre line. There's about 90 to 100 seconds remaining in this first half. This is Olivia Koenig now, up over the 40, backing her way to halfway, and she's brought down. Probably the best defensive set in about 31 minutes here for the Sharkies, as Kelleher puts up the bomb, and it's taken on the full by Taylor.
Hey! So Jada Taylor's the only one of the back three that can catch. So watch her turn to absolute in the second half. As Jada highlights brought down just short of the 30. Dare I say a bit of field position here for the Sharks. As Cassie Staples backs in and is crushed and laid all over. How long you get? An hour and a half? As Emma Veron goes left. It's Penatani Gray who's put a hand up to her credit. Emma Veron's calling something to the left and then goes right. Dummies in, goes past the halfway, as I cannot believe this. Great shout, Paul. And I don't know who signed Detroit, but I want him sacked in the morning. As Tale Holmes goes right up the middle. She's been pretty good. Lots to discuss at halftime too. As Amber Hall is laying in no woman's land. As the ball goes up in Detroit, is like, what are we doing? As Cronulla fall on the ball. It's called 6 again, and the Roosters are complaining after being given every advantage of ball. As Takapatola hits the ball up. I hope we score here just to see the Catsmen cry at halftime as the Sharks set up 21 seconds to go. Ball goes left to Kirirachi.
Come on, Sharks.
Take the tackle right in the middle. I think everyone who's not a Roosters fan can count to 5 for a start, but also wants the Sharks to score here. Ball goes left to Emma Veron. Goes left again. Penatani Gray is smashed with a 2-1 over. They'll be held.
Veron hit late.
As Georgia Hanaway is whacked. Jada Highlight gets the ball, goes left, and gets driven into touch. Look, not great clock management there from the Sharks, but considering the first 35 minutes, probably goes with the territory, huh?
Well, that is the first half. It's been something, mate. 24-0 in favour of the Sydney Roosters. They've had the minor premiership wrapped up since halfway through round one, and they've shown no mercy to the Sharkies in the final round of the home and away regular season. In the grand final rematch, I don't even know what to say. 10 minutes in, the Sharkies were doing good. Aiken, that is the story of the first half, really. Aiken's gone off with a knee injury. She had to be helped off by a couple of trainers, and that changed the game. As Dan just said, it bolstered up the Sydney Roosters, and Davis and Kelleher became a halves partner, and they scored 3 tries when Aiken was off. So, yeah, they've also identified young Detroit I can't even be nice about that. That's one of the great brain explosions of 2025, if not of the 2020s, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, she's about a 4th or 3rd NRLW game. She's 28. She's played for Australia in that other code. You expect better decision-making from a player of that supposed quality. I mean, she's far from the only Shark that's getting outclassed out there. I think 1 to 17, I think maybe Jada Taylor would get in a bench spot, and the rest of them would be Roosters. I go back to, again, there's some coaching. I'm going to call it malpractice. I'm going to try and be nice here tonight. I'm trying to be positive. You've got Amber Hall, who, is a big girl. She's big. Cronulla's forwards, Tuck Patolo and Ellie Johnson aside, are small. Wouldn't you look at Amber Hall on the bench and go, you know what, Ellie, you start on the bench, you go on when Amber Hall goes on, you got bigger motor, you play bigger minutes, you play 5 minutes either side or something, instead of putting, your smaller forwards up against a really, really big forward? It's like Cam McInnes and Nelson Solomona. Sorry to put it to the gents, but that's the size disparity we're seeing here. And anyone with literal eyesight that can see that is going to be a huge advantage. The Roosters just rolling through so easily up the middle. Every time they go left, they score. Every time they go right, they score. And if they get caught, they just put a bomb up and kick it to one of our dud wingers who knock the ball and they score.
Yep. It's
good from the Roosters. Their game plan's perfectly. It's like the Sharks have said, let's just go to Townsville, try and pinch a win. Which, whatever, that's what I want. But there's nothing that says we won't go up there and get smacked. So I want to see much better from Cronulla in the second half. If this finishes 38-10, I'm taking it.
Man, I'm looking at the draw now, and like in round one, you copped an upset loss to Parramatta, but that was a high-quality game of footy, I thought. And then in round two, you smashed the Raiders in Canberra 56-6, and you thought, here we go. And it's just been so flaccid from the Sharkies, man. It's been a limp noodle of a season, man. Like, they've grinded out wins. Like, there was an impressive victory against the Dragons at Jubilee Stadium back in August. You went over the ditch and beat the Warriors, but the Warriors were sort of at three-quarter strength due to suspensions and injuries and the whatnot. I don't know what to put my finger on, man. Like, you guys, the Rugby League Outlaws, which you can see on YouTube, you can find them on Instagram and X as well. You guys have said that it's more, is it too egotistical of the ladies? Are they too cocky in their surroundings? Are they a sort of mirror image of the men's side at times that may take things just a bit too lackadaisical, man? I don't know what to where to put my finger on the Sharkies for 2025 in the NRLW.
Look, I don't know is the short answer. There's been a couple of wins. Like the win against Newcastle was really good, but they dominated for almost the entire game. The game against the Warriors was crap. We just won. We were less terrible than them. The Dragons was a good win. The Canberra was a great win. With the greatest respect to the Cowboys, girls, we lost to them as heavy favourites. The Parramatta game, round one's very difficult. You're always going to get upset in round one. So no sense there. Yeah. But like the Tigers win was despicable, and that's our first win against the Tigers. And again, I'm not bagging them. There's professional footballers. But Cronulla seem to go in as $18, $20, $30 favourites and either get beaten or really struggle. So I don't know. I'm definitely not going to rule it out. There's an attitude problem there because defence is attitude, and it doesn't look like they want to tackle this year. Look, neither of our wingers can catch the ball, and I don't want to come across as harsh, but I'm going to call it exactly as I see it. And look at the stats. Cronulla, last week we got flogged by the Bulldogs, who haven't won since round 3. They're not very good. And that was the game that if Cronulla win, they can get third and host the final. I know we joke about the Cronulla home ground disadvantage, but you want to be playing at home in finals. Like you don't want to be going to Townsville because it's a long way to travel. These girls aren't all full time. It means a lot of them have got to leave work early, and you got to think of these. If we get an early Saturday game, which is likely because it's not going to clash with the gents game later that night, or a Sunday, it's going to put their work in jeopardy the next day. We had the control of that, and we lost to the Bulldogs. No one's expecting us to get within 30 points of the Roosters. So whatever. But what I was expecting tonight was them to go out and put in an effort where you go, okay, well, maybe we can beat the Cowgirls or the Knights. I'm assuming you get beaten by the Broncos. Sorry. I mean, everyone else has except the Roosters. So I think that's fair enough. But what I've seen in that first half just makes me feel like, why are we even bothering? Like, why should the club pay to send the girls up there to get shellacked? And what if we do get through you? Then we go play Brisbane and lose by 40? Like, what's the point at this stage? And sorry, but this is how Tigers fans must feel every year come finals time. Like,
what? Yeah, man. Dude, that sort of bleeds into what we really want to talk about, because if there's 4 teams, maybe 5 teams in the NRLW that you can look at and say that their squad isn't spread thin, like it's a well-balanced squad, Cronulla. It got them. You got to within a whisker of winning the premiership last year, man. So the Sharkies aren't a West Tigers of the NRLW. They're not a Parramatta Eels or a Warriors that have got a tremendous amount of inexperience. Sharkies are well good with that. But you talk about the superpowers of the NRLW, the Roosters and the Broncos, man. It's a serious concern. And it's something that we need to continue to talk about, even though people might be bored to the back teeth of the conversation. But it does, I think the future of the NRLW, and this is a massive call, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think the future of the NRLW kind of hinges on 3 different components. One of them is expansion, and this is a point that Sam Squires, a female Fox presenter, made on her Instagram about a month or 2 ago. That expansion doesn't mean putting in another team. It means expanding the squads out to 30 players instead of 24. I think that is something that needs to happen. But I think for the future as well, man, Jesse Southwell, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because I don't think I've heard or read your thoughts on it enough or as deep as what I'd like. So I really want to hear your thoughts on it, even though it's a question without notice. Jesse Southwell, Dan, I think a lot of people, I think we fall in the majority. If Jesse Southwell signs for the Brisbane Broncos, which is what is rumoured to happen, it may not happen for 26, maybe 27, because Brigginshaw is retiring at the end of next season. But she's got a player. This is the issue. She's got a player option in her contract that can see her get out of the Newcastle Knights if the price is right and if the Knights allow it to happen. She's got a player option in her contract. If Jesse Southwell signs for the Brisbane Broncos, whether it be next year or the year after, I think it takes an enormous step backwards. We're still strides ahead of the AFLW, Dan. I think you and I can agree on that. I think the NRLW is superior in a lot of different ways. But if Jesse Southwell signs for the Brisbane Broncos, and if something doesn't happen in regards to the super teams in the Roosters and the Broncos over the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to stagnate and damage the NRLW for maybe half a decade sort of thing, man. I am starting to get rather worried about the future of the NRLW if these super teams aren't sort of wrangled back in, Dan.
No, 100%. So those that don't know, the NRLW started with 4 teams, and you had the best players pretty evenly to a point spread across. Now, you could like the Broncos had the team. They had pretty much the Queensland Origin team and a few other players, but they were spread a little bit across. The player depth wasn't there like it is now. Other teams have come in. Now, Cronulla had to fill a full squad. Now, almost all the girls that signed originally were Cronulla juniors, keeping in mind that Cronulla had, the Maddie Studdens, Lana Ferguson, Ryan Sims. They were all Cronulla players before the NRL said, no, you're not getting a spot because, you don't want to pay them $500,000 or whatever. It does matter. But when Cronulla came in, we took a lot of talent away from other teams. Every player came from somewhere, but Parramatta got taken apart. So Parramatta went from a good team that made a grand final to also runs.
Yep.
You guys took Kira Dim. Apart from that, there's maybe 3 or 4 rep players, and you're 5'8", Hooker, of course. There's a couple of rep players. We got Penatani Gray, Emma Veron, used to be Tonagato, superstars. Ellie Johnston. When last year, there were 4 teams in it. Now, when Caitlin Johnson-Green went down with an ACL, there were 3.5 teams, and it was Cronulla or Newcastle, maybe the upset, because you had Tamika Upton, you had Jessie Southwell, you had Caitlin Johnson-Green, rather. Cronulla signed Caitlin Johnson-Green. Everyone immediately said, well, Cronulla are now the team that can go to this. Except the Bulldogs came in, took Holly Wheeler, took our halfback and Taylor Preston, and all our depth. Dimmick up front, and they got Kate Dykes' girlfriend, whose name escapes me at the time. I'm really sorry. So Cronulla have gone one player and lost 3 rep players and a player who could play anywhere across the back. And if she was there, she would have come in for Andy Robinson, who I think just won the Bulldogs Player of the Year, which shows her worth. We lost her, and Cassie Staples has had to play on the wing despite being horribly out of form. The Roosters are up here, the Broncos are here, and then sign the best player in the game in Tamika Upton. It becomes a 2-team comp. All the Knights girls had their premiership and came back to play. A person from Rockhampton, I don't want to name names, but we all know who it is, said she's homesick and went and played to Brisbane. She's pinch hitting a premiership. That's what it is. And everyone outside fan bases of those 2 teams is going to say, why would I pay $60 to take my kids to watch Cronulla get beaten by 40 points? I'm not. And I have I went and bought this, cost me $160 and got signed by all the girls at the time. I guarantee you no one's as into this as I am. And if I wasn't calling it, I'd be in the shower right now. I wouldn't be watching second half. There are fans that are less rusted on than me that are going to do the same. Anyone who thinks these 2 teams getting all the players and they will get stronger if Jessie Southwell goes up there, the other teams have to say, no, sorry, you guys just play a best of 3. That's the grand final every year because you're wasting everybody's time. Simple as that. It's rubbish. It's going to kill the product. Yeah, I'll watch it because it's rugby league and I'll watch anything that's rugby league. Yeah. But everyone at work I spoke to today said, why would I watch that crap? We know what the result's going to be. And I watch the Bondi above Roosters where everyone's a fan. So there it is.
Man, nicely said, man. It's now that you mentioned it, so yeah, we were talking about before, where do we put our finger on where the Sharks are going a little bit awry in 2025, and then you remind me that the Bulldogs pinched a handful of really good talent from yous, and Shante Kiriaratu and Georgia Hanaway. Hanaway, was a part of the grand final last year, but she's still super raw, super green as well. And then Kiriaratu, she's coming back from an ACL injury, but the depth at the moment is only just there, and I mean only. It's literally that much. The competition is spread out very thinly at this point in time. And yet there's still a few, as Paul says here, you have to assume the next 2 years a lot more new names will arrive that can play. I don't know about that. So yeah, there will be obviously some names, but I don't know that it's going to bump up the chances of all these other teams in the NRLW. So, for example, shout out to Watch Her Footy. We've got the second half back underway. That was quick. All right, so Sharkies are on the attack. We were in the throes of discussion, Dan. I'm sorry, we're a minute in, mate.
Well, that's it. We'll call this, but we can keep talking because we all know what's going to happen here. As the Sharks go left through, I think that's Tucker Patolo brought down. She's going to play big minutes tonight because there's no one on the bench that can do what she can do. Sharks go left through Emma Veron to Penatani Gray. Cronulla pretty much have to exclusively go left for the rest of this half and just hope as the ball comes out.
Penalty.
Ref calls penalty. He must have called held, is all I can guess. We're going off, obviously, the blank. As Cronulla had the ball 10 metres out, Georgia Hanaway to Tucker Patolo, who takes it up. 10 metres out, just left of the 6. Stay around after full time because I want to keep going with that, mate. So I'm not done with my vitriol yet. As Hanaway looks left, as I call for, Veron goes to the line, gets Brian down just 2 metres short, we'll call it. Good defence there from the Chook girls. Tucker Patolo, a bit of ball playing to Kiriaratu. I think that she's the older sister, maybe the younger. I don't know. 50-50, I probably got it wrong. Hanaway looks to go from dummy half, gets whacked. Fair to say they didn't fall for that, but why not? Ball goes right. King's on the field, I believe. Turns it inside to Fua. Oh, God, I've got to move closer here. She's back from HIA. That's good news. So ball goes left. Left again through Veron. Numbers.
Oh, 10. 10!
Had a highlight. Mate have just broken the duck for the Sharks. And it had to be, oh, God, if she's hurt herself here. Come on.
Nah, she's all right. No, come on. Come on, Taylor. Hop up.
Get up, highlight. So she's caught one to his shoulder here, which is good to see she's not grabbing at her knee because I would have legitimately logged off if that had happened. There's a play going down in the middle. It'll probably come back.
It's Kelleher.
So she's made 0 attempt to tackle and has thrown herself down. They have penalised that in the NRL. As we look at the shot, there's nothing illegal in it. It's just heavy contact. If there's any justice in the world, this will just be given. Highlight looks in a little bit of stress here.
Hey!
I confirm you're guilty. We are the greatest team that ever lived, Sam.
Yes.
That was good footy from Cronulla, but I'm a little bit worried about Jada Highlight's shoulder. She can have mine. I don't need it. As Georgia Hanaway will miss this kick by 20 metres at least. Here we go. Oh, go on, Georgia. Prove me wrong.
Oh!
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm going to get a message from Terry in about 3 seconds as Jada Highlight's coming off the field because, of course, she is. We're not allowed to have nice things.
Crap. Well, the door is not locked. It's unlocked, bro.
To HIA, she doesn't look too bad if I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to say she looks okay. She's walking unassisted, which is good. So per show, Central Coast Stadium's an absolute ripper stadium. I hate playing up there because we always lose or play like crap, but it's picturesque, mate.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Cronulla scoring bunches. Not really, but I'm going to go with that. So, I hate my life. Gracie Lee Weeks knocks on. You're about 2 seconds ahead of me, but you knew it was coming anyways. Unfortunately, so we're looking here. So there's a couple high shots. There's nothing in it, but
no,
it's more shoulder than head, but whatever.
I think Parker's weight just crunched Jada Taylor as she was scoring, man.
No, it's Kiriaratu come off because it looks like King's playing in the halves.
Yeah, she has. The white helmet is off. So I've got Naividi with ball in hand, Dan, and they go right, Davis, right to Kelleher. This is Surgis. Surgis is stopped in front of the try line, just brought down. Am I still in front by a couple of seconds?
Yeah, I've got her. She's just playing the ball now.
Yep, I'll pause that now. And this is Kelleher back for Butler. And Butler's able to get to the 10-metre line. All right, so second tackle, 5 minutes into the second half, and it's 24 points to 6. Novidi left. Kelleher left. Parker, Nasio with free hand. Oh, it's been knocked on by the Roosters. Oh, reprieve. A chance they're gone begging for the Roosters.
Look, what a shame.
Huge.
What a darn shame. We'll put it down to good defence from Cronulla, but if she takes that ball, she scores untouched. Literally. But Gracie Lee Wakes did well there to make up for her error. I don't like the fact that Cronulla had the two most inexperienced players on the field on the one side. Maybe a coach worth his salt would have made a change. But anyways, the Sharks go left through Penatani Gray. Oh, mate, they're all copping it tonight. It's good. Brooke Anderson looks to have gone into 9. Tale Holmes is well handled on the 20. Ball goes back from Anderson to Veron. Turns it inside to Tucker Patolo, who is just in beast mode 24/7. Up over the 30. Throws him away. Anderson, pretty crisp there from dummy half. Shark gets whacked. I can't see who that is. I think Faulkner. Faulkner's on the foot. She's got the headband too. Got the big bold Tom headband. Got a little bit more hair than the namesake, but good to see. As we're looking at the Roosters bench for some reason. King with the clearing kick.
Bit of space. Tried to trap it. Did Frazard when she smacked there for her troubles as well. So Sharkies, they've got to be disciplined here. No penalties, no bullshit here from Cronulla. If they really want a fair income chance of getting back into it, as Bridie Parker takes the hit up. This is second tackle. The Roosters are running right to left in this second half. Conditions, there's no wind to speak of. There's no rain as well. It's a dry surface, maybe a bit dewy, but it's good conditions out there at Gosford tonight. As Kelly gets to short of 40-metre line, Novidi passes right infield for Sturgis. And Sturgis looking for the offload back to Carlisle, and Carlisle is going to go over halfway by a couple of metres there. That's a bastard of a offload there by Sturgis if you're a Shark supporter. All right, so this is Kernick now over the 40, and gee whiz, man, just forged a hell of a path for herself to get herself to the 30-metre line. Novidi left. Kelleher, right-footed boot going straight down the guts of Emma Veron, who's at fullback, Dan.
Yeah, I like that move. I'm glad they didn't put anyone else there. Veron plays the ball to Hanaway, who looks like she might be playing in the halves now, I believe. No, she's gone back into 9. So interesting to see who's playing in the halves. Penatani Gray's up over the 30. She's been instrumental for Cronulla tonight. Hanaway looks right. It's knocked down by Rooster. That's 6 again. Casey Badger gets one right for a change. And Veron has the ball on 0 tackle, just short of halfway. Brooke Anderson in for Sophie Faulkner, who is a baby face. But you do not want to get on her bad side, believe me now. Hanaway goes left to Tale Holmes, been busy. Usually outsized, but got a motor.
Yeah, no, she has been very busy.
She's been good. And Georgia Hanaway, because of course she does.
Of course she does. And now there's a hair pull there by Hanaway on Kelleher to compound it.
Why do they hate me?
Well, oh, man. I think that was only fourth tackle.
The pass was like right in the stomach, to be fair. Like, there's probably only 99% perfect. So.
Yeah, no, not good enough from the dummy half. Lopamua waiting on this. Oh, she's in relaxed mode. Looked back at the camera and gave it a smile. Well done, Lopamua. Alrighty, so Kelleher with the ball in hand. Scrum about 27 metres out from their own try line. Novidi at the base goes left, and this is Isabel Kelly. And she is stopped and brought down. Keely Davis waits at dummy half. And she feigned to go right, but went back left. And this is Rizard now, and she picks up a extra 8 or so metres there. Butler's come off. And now Davis goes right. Flat ball there for Nasio, who's back out onto the paddock. She's been destructive in 2025 as Novidi goes down the short side with Davis. Kelly fending away from 2 Sharkies, getting away from the third. Passes right to Carlisle, who threw a cutout pass to Lopamua. Lopamua duck under a tackle of Holmes and nearly broke away. They're about 22 metres out here as Novidi goes right to Parker, right to Sturgis, and Sturgis is to the 10-metre line. Last tackle there to the right. She comes back left as Novidi. Kernick flat there for Carlisle. Carlisle looking for the offload to Kernick, gets it away, and Kernick dummies and just cuts them up the guts. Oh, they all clocked off. They thought the Sharkies, they thought the tackle was complete. But Carlisle got the offload back to Kernick, and Kernick just powered forward to score underneath the post.
Because we just watched a replay now. So they had it wrapped up. There were literally 3 of them there and an offload, and she goes straight through 4. Yeah, probably not good enough from the Sharks. Decent football from Cronulla. Now, I want to question without notice. Why do the Roosters fans hold up a giggity sign? What's that got to do with anything? Is that so? It's Quagmire from. It's always bothered me. It's like the GST banner for the Dragons. It's just like they have a brain session and go, let's just think of the shittest idea possible and go with that. And they said giggity and they said, you've nailed it in one. I don't know. So Alan, if you're watching, go the Jets, boo the Roosters.
Oh, drive by. Daniel, do we even in the men's ever practice wrapping the ball up? Surely you do. Yeah, surely you do.
Look, yeah, but you look at this and they zoom in on Alan, who's got a Kelly gang. Okay, at least that's got a bit of cleverness about it. So I'll give him that. That's not going to make
that's
sense to most people, but I like that. No, Cronulla are the worst at turning their backs when the ball's supposedly wrapped up and given a late offload. So, look, to the girls' credit, they've really taken the DNA of Cronulla. Unfortunately, all the negative with the positive. And I believe we're at about a 60% completion rate, which against the Roosters, it's just saying, just beat us by 40. It's all good.
Oh, man. Oh, all right. So it does look like at this point in time, the Sharkies are going to be hitting the road next week in the finals. It will be up against either Newcastle or the Cowboys, depending on the results, as the Roosters take the ball from the kickoff. And this is Amber Hall, if I'm not mistaken. No, probably Lopamua, actually. Lopamua it is, and she plays the ball 25 metres out. They go left, Parker left for Carlisle. She's been good since coming onto the paddock, and she stopped 15 short of halfway, second tackle. 12 minutes into the second half. Oh, Nasio. I did not catch that, Dan. Nasio, pardon me, plays the ball 5 short of halfway. Koenig dummying right to Kelleher, right to Strange, right to Surgis, and Surgis only just brought down in the end. Plays the ball on the 40, and this is Novidi on the 4th, who gets it left to Lopamua, who is allowed to dance and weave. She's been amazing in this contest, Lopamua. This is last tackle. Novidi at dummy half goes right, finds Parker, puts in a left-footed kick. Oh, it's caught! It's caught by Mia Wood on the fingertips, and she's able to offload. That's a late offload, and Novidi is going to crash over after she copped the pass from Jasmine Strange. Dan, holy smokes.
I'm about 5 seconds ahead of you. That's unforgivable from Cronulla. 3 or 4 opportunities they had to wrap her up, and they just refused to make a tackle. I don't know whether this is a piss take, whether they've said, you know what, Dan's calling the game tonight, let's ruin his night, because it certainly feels personal at this point. You don't mind the Roosters, like they're going to score some tries, but you can't have literally 1, 2, 3, 4 girls, including 2 international stars and another 3 just fall off tackles and let them score. The Roosters go back-to-back yet again. My Twitter's going off with a lot of things that we said at half-time with a little bit more venom. So, yeah.
Hey, Dan, now that we've gone past the point of no return, mate, dude, go off, mate. Go, like, seriously, no holds barred from now on, bro.
This try is confirmed for the Roosters. The NRLW is something that I love personally because I love rugby league, and when the Sharks got a team, I was exceptionally proud. What the competition's fallen into in the past 2 years, and you get the Roosters fans that are like, oh, it's just Sarah Cat management. It's fucking horse shit, and it's impossible to watch. And once again, if I'm not sitting here, I've turned this crap off, and I'm in the top 0.001% of rugby league fans. Hey, you like what I did there?
Yes.
And I don't care from here. I hope Cronulla cop 60 because I want them embarrassed enough to think next week, geez, so let's at least put in. What do we say pre-game? If we get within 40 points of the Roosters, we'll be doing well, which sounds like a cop-out, but it was 100% true. I would have put a bet on, except I hate betting against Cronulla. I just find no joy in it.
Yep.
But we look at the run meters, they've almost doubled, 8 offloads to 0, 6 line breaks to 1. And this is supposedly the third best team in the competition, opening as $6 outsiders. So if you're watching NRL, no.
And look, at the start, we also said it's first versus fourth, but the Sharkies are $6.75 outsiders, man. How can you fight back against it now that we're seeing what we're seeing, man? And look, there's a select few, maybe exclusively Roosters fans, as the Roosters knock the ball on, that if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. But when there's loopholes inside the salary cap that is offering serious advantages to Brisbane Broncos, who are a mega city, and the Sydney Roosters, who are the glamour club that is, almost known as the Godfather club as well, man. It does make the competition unfair, but the Sharkies have got a chance here to score some more points, bro.
It does. Now, I know for a fact, and I'm not going to give details because it was a conversation in confidence-ish, that a well-known player has said the quote along the lines of, why would we go to a team that's going to lose and we can go win an easy comp and still get paid the same? So if you're watching out there, close the loops in the salary cap, because everyone other than 2 sets of fans are going to walk away, other than when Cronulla play the Cowboys. And I'm hoping to get a second crack at this next week, mate. We'll have a little bit more fun, a little bit more positivity. But it is what it is, and it's going to continue to be this way while the players have that attitude, and I don't blame them. It's not up to them to ensure a competition. They want to win, and they want to play Origin football, and you do that by winning games, as Ellie Johnson crashes over 2 and is brought down in a good tackle 10 metres out. Fourth tackle, Brooke Anderson goes right. Emma Verren steaming, finds 4 or 5 Roosters, goes back to Brooke Anderson, back to Steph Faulkner. I'm going to go with that, even though I know it's Steph. Yeah, as they go right, King dummies, puts the ball to Verren, who gets whacked and gets held, and they actually complete a tackle. Now, it is a stolen ball. That is a tough call, correct? But that ball is coming out, and that is bullshit, as they say. But justified. Cronulla need all the help. They're going to. So, of course, rather than think, you know what, we've got all the advantages, we'll just let this one slide, they're going to win this on the overturn.
The tackle almost came to a completion. I'll tell you what, Emma Verren has not got total control of that, but
she's let the ball go.
Yeah. Unsuccessful.
Eat it. You suck.
Two things that have gone right.
That's right. So this is the captain's challenge thing, right? We're one, they got none. We win. Yay. The Sharks had the ball just right at the sticks. Brooke Anderson definitely in at dummy half now. Oh, fancy ball to Ellie Johnson. There's Brooke from dummy half. Gives it to absolutely poleaxed in the middle. That's a good shot. So Anderson goes right with a pass of some sort. Goes back to Georgia Hanaway, who, again, not a great deal of efficiency in this set from Cronulla thus far. But Ellie Johnson takes the hit up. Will she get an offload? No, the ball's wrapped up. No, she throws 1 away, throws 2 away, and they actually wrap the ball up because that's how you play football. Anderson goes left to Verren, who puts in a kick. It's can you go too deep, I'd say? Yeah, yes, it does. So, back to the 20 for the Roosters with 7 tackles. Cronulla haven't looked good without Jada Taylor.
No. And Jada Taylor has made a difference 2 years since she's returned about 3 or 4 weeks ago. As Sue just taps the ball and has the hit up. She looked for the offload but was wrapped up herself. And to think, Dan, that Millie Elliott, if she wasn't pregnant, she'd be a part of this Roosters side as well, bro.
Yeah, it's
what?
It's insulting. And
that really is disgusting to hear that, why would we go to a different, club to, when we can win a premiership easy as that, man. I mean, look at Tiana Penatani-Gray, man. Like, if South were in the competition, she'd be playing for them. And I don't know, man. That's a crap comment to hear, bro. I haven't heard that before, and I don't know who that was made by, and I won't pry any further than that. But that's a crap comment to hear. As Naividi on the 4th goes left, Kelleher running, Passed out left to Davis. Davis dummies, and she's brought down. Last tackle. They're about 25 metres out here. Kelly at dummy half goes right to Kelleher. Puts up a bomb. We've got Nasio chasing. Wasn't even attempted by Jada Taylor, who's back out there.
She's kicked the ball into one of our girls, though, accidental offside. So our fullback, who is back, thank God, because we need her next week, is just not even attempted to. She's kicked the ball into Weeks, who's a metre in front of her, which is an accidental offside, the right call. Okay. It's an interesting play, mate, from the Will Kennedy School of Catching.
No, Beattie has the she feeds it. Davis is at the back, passes right to Kelleher, and she's taken down by Emma Veron and co. She gets up. I'll change that scoreboard in just a second. Time, I should say. Naividi, dummies, goes forward, and she's captured by 3 defenders, brought down about 4 metres in front. Second tackle, Parker at dummy half. Goes left, finds Kelleher 10 metres out, left to Nasio. Nasio's just rumbling her way towards the try line and is eventually brought down. I thought she was going to score from that point. I thought Dan was going to explode. But the Roosters do get some points anyway because Davis scooted out a dummy half and went to the left-hand side and has now extended it to 38 points to 6 with 15 minutes remaining.
Now, people tune in tonight with one question. What is Mug Punter going to have for dinner? And I can exclusively reveal... looks like bacon and chips. Mug Punter. That's not many people are going to get that, and I don't care. I need something to laugh at because what's happening on my screen right now ain't funny. That's terrible defense from Cronulla, who wanted... Look, the result here doesn't matter. It's past the point of, let's just not lose embarrassingly. That's going to happen. I think we were always going to. I think it's at a point where I would be sending the call out to get Jada Taylor off and Emma Veron off and look at trying to get a win next week in North Queensland or Newcastle, because this one is well and truly gone. Nothing to gain here, all to lose. But again, that would take a coach who can move from his game plan.
And the shot from the side,
great kick,
is successful from Kelleher. It is a great kick, and we can say that Roosters have scored 40 points to 6 with 15 minutes to go. Well, it does, again, not to repeat myself, but it does look like that the Sharkies are going to be on the road next weekend against either Newcastle or North Queensland. Dan is hoping for North Queensland by the sounds of things. And look, as a Cowboys supporter, I was hoping that the Sharkies would lose so we can keep that home field advantage. And unless if we get done by 90 on Saturday midday, we will be hosting a home final. We wouldn't want to lose by 90 points. I'll freaking fly up to Townsville and rectify it. But it does look like that we could be on for a collision course. Again, a Cowboys-Sharks final, but for the first time in the NRLW, Dan.
Absolutely. And shout out to the Cowboys girls who have done an amazing job for their first final series. As the ball goes dead off the kickoff, wow. I want that. Just because I think you and I can sit here and call a game properly and not be angry with a lopsided competition.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure I won't be angry? Are you sure I won't get angry, bro? I'll be fired up.
Yeah, well, let's do it, Sam. Let's do it if it happens, of course. But
if it happens,
great work to the Cowboys girls for getting to their first final series in their second season, which is good to see. I was rooting for you. Let's put it that way. Brooke Anderson as the ball gives it to highlight. So it doesn't look like they're going to take any players off. Ellie Johnson gets whacked. So I think Caitlin Johnson-Green may come back next week. She needs to. If Vanessa Biddle can walk, they need to bring her back, and Quincy Dodd's out for the season. But you take 3 players out of Cronulla and they fall right back to the field. You take 3 players, or you take the game's best 5'8" out of the Roosters and they get better. So there again is just... Sorry to harp on, but harp. It's Kiri Ratu who takes it to the line. Good ball across, and it's knocked on by Cronulla. Their own worst enemies, dare I say, Samuel.
Mate, I totally forgot about Quincy Dodd. I shouldn't because she's one of the game's best hookers, but I totally forgot about Quincy Dodd, mate. And yeah, Anissa Biddle, bro, has just had an injury-ravaged season. And look, these Sharkies ladies, they're not interested in packing the scrum. They want they're putting in the white flag already. Holy smokes.
Because, mate, we signed one of the best forwards in the game and added King, and Cronulla was supposed to take that next step.
Yeah.
And maybe they have. The Roosters have just taken 2. So I'm going to sound bitter, but I don't care. It is what it is.
Yeah. Alrighty. So the Roosters through Isabel Kelly, who, again, I'm surprised is playing tonight, man. Like, you just rest her for just one more week just in case if something did happen tonight. But credit to her, captain of the club, out there. And Frizard plays the ball on the 3rd. And this is Olivia Koenig, another one who I thought maybe could have rested. But anyway, Navi is at dummy half now, the winger coming in. And that is the other story again, a reminder to everybody who may not know that Taryn Aiken went off midway or early on in that first half with a right knee leg injury. So that is massive. But as you can see, it hasn't stopped the friggin' freight train that is the eastern suburbs. But Cronulla have got the ball back.
Not at all. Now, did you see a good mate of ours, AJ, tweeted during the week, let's just cut the BS and get to a Roosters Broncos grand final. And knowing that the Roosters have every good player in the world, we call them the Avengers, as Cronulla have completed 14 from 22 and wonder why they're 40 points behind. A well-known Rooster retweeted it and said, oh, you want to play the grand final while Isabel Kelly or Jeff Surgis, I always get them mixed up, is injured? Even when they got all the advantages in the world, the victimhood is real. And yes, I'm trying to set up an almighty contest for Saturday night. But now that we're no holds barred, that person needs to shut the fuck up as Cronulla get back to the 40 and we'll put the ball up. And it will be taken by Rooster. Well, they can catch. What the hell?
Oh, well done, Parker. And Parker is brought down. You want to play the grand final without Isabel Kelly. I mean, they can still shut the fuck up, as you just said. Shut the fuck up. All right, so waiting for a play the ball here, and it's a scoot to the left-hand side by Kelleher from 30 metres out, and it's gone to Kelly, and Kelly looked a bit crunched there, but play on. Davis, right to Parker, right to Rima Butler, who's back out there. Their interchange usage has been rapid tonight, man. It's kind of hard to keep up with the forward rotation here, but play on. 4th tackle, Parker to Strange. Maybe half a shepherd, but she's able to get the ball out to Mia Wood on the 4th tackle. And she got away from one. There was a Shark player that just went sailing over the sideline there. And they're about 20 metres out. Strange, left infield for Parker, left for Kelleher, puts up the bomb. We've got Kelly chasing, Nasio chasing, and it's batted backwards, I think, by the Sharkies. No, it's a knock on Cronulla. No Sharks ball, Dan.
How dare you? How dare you, Sam? Try and rob my Sharks of a match-winning possession. I've just had a tweet. Someone said to me that Penatani Gray hasn't scored a try all year. Can someone check that, please? I don't want to spend too much time looking at my phone, but it lit up and I saw it. I was like, that can't be right. As Cronulla looked to ruck it out of their own end, they're 4 tackles in and back to their 20. So it's going well. As Cassie Staples plays the ball to Georgia Hanaway. Hanaway goes for a little bit of a dart. Brooke Anderson turns it in. Cronulla are playing like they want full time, and who can blame them at this stage? Jacinta Carter's brought down. It goes back to King on the 30, who's rushed, puts in a terrible kick, and turns the ball over.
All right, so now Parker's knocked the ball on, Dan, and it's Sharky's ball. And Dan, and I can confirm to you, mate, I've just had a look. Penatani has not scored a try all season.
Well, that's absolutely wow. That shocks me. She's been pretty good. She's got a lot of points. So just a free plug, we got our Tricky T Awards, the prestigious Tricky T's. And the Brookie A's is the ladies' version. Brooke Anderson obviously won it last year. Tricky Trindle, if you couldn't figure it out, won the men's. That'll be on Wednesday this week. But Cronulla had the ball here, and Georgia Hanaway goes for a dart. Beats one, gets to the 10s, brought down. So it's been surprising play there from the Sharks, who want a penalty and won't get it. This ball goes left through Anderson to Veron. Bit of space out here. Penatani Gray looking to get off the duck. Beats one, doesn't pass to a wide open Cassie Staples. Staples gets dummy half, throws it back to Emma Verrin. Jacinta Carter will put her head down and just run the ball. She only knows one way. It's been a good signing. Still young, raw, but I like what I've seen so far. As Hanaway looks right, looks left, and goes right. Ball goes to King, who's been really quiet. As the ball goes right, and there will be a try through Dominic Dutoit, who I think has been Cronulla's best, not only tonight, but in the history of the club. But once again, it's Jada highlight. Everything that's been good for Cronulla has come through our young superstar fullback. Glove me some highlight, mate. You're not taking that one.
Yes,
It was a good finish, to be honest. I mean, she had plenty of space. That was all Jada Taylor. Great work by King. Held it up, drew the lady, and that's try confirmed. And the Sharks are in double digits. You suck, Roosters.
Well, you did say at the start you'd take a 40 points to 10 loss tonight, didn't you?
I would. I was kidding, but I would. Now, look, that's brilliant from King. That is really good ball playing. I think she's got to start in the halves next week. It's Jada Taylor with the overlap, the eyes, the grimace, and the try in the corner. And Georgia Hanaway here will miss by 20 metres.
No, she got it over the black dot last time you said that. But
that's
why you're saying it.
Yeah, exactly. And she missed one from almost right in front last week. So she has form. Here we go. Hanaway, you can't kick this, Georgia. You can hear me. You can't kick this straight through the post. Rats. So she's missed. It was a better kick than expected, but the reverse jinx didn't work. And the Roosters 40. Who cares? The Sharks have 10.
Look, there's been a consistent flow of people to the 14-odd people that are in the chat right now. Thank you very much. I think Dan and I are the only ones that are streaming this game, so thank you very much for coming on in. Well, it's always a good time with you, Dan. It's always a good time. But the Sharkies have just they've really learnt about themselves tonight, to put it nicely like that, haven't they?
They have. They're a fair way off from the Roosters. You add Biddle, you add Johnston Green, and you add Dodd. You're probably still getting beaten, but you hope it's a little bit more competitive. So, I don't know. Cronulla just need to win a finals game and get to a prelim, and then we saw last year the impossible can happen. So, dare I dream? Probably not, but you play football to win premierships. You don't play to come third. So, let's go, girls. It's Jacinta Carter. Plays the ball. Back to Dutoit, who's got a tail up now. No, that's Gracie Lee Weeks. Never mind. She's got a tail up. What the hey? Plays the ball relatively quickly. Turns inside to Brooke Anderson, who gives it to Ellie Johnston. 1, 2, and stops and looks for an offload that no one goes with her, but she's up to halfway. That's better from Ellie. That's what we need from our big props. There's Brooke Anderson. No, Emma Verrin rather. Goes straight through one. Gets brought down on the 30. Cronulla got a bit of a roll on here, dare I say. Georgia Hanaway goes right to Brooke Anderson, who gives it to Carter, who just hits it up. She's up over the 20. This has probably been the best set for Cronulla all night. See what they can do here on the last play. As the ball goes left from Hanaway to Verrin, who just stops and props and just drops the ball because why not? And the Roosters have the ball.
Well, it was a 24-0 first half. It's a 16 points to 10 second half, Dan. So it's been better, mate. So they really were. And nearly knock on there from Surges, but yeah, no, Sharkies did not come out like they should have in that first half. And to be honest, you sort of alluded to it before there that Shante Kirioratu. Now, apologies if it's not the case, but it looks like that she's been hooked for Tyler King. So Kirioratu, we may not see her in finals next week. It may very well be Tyler King, the more experienced player who did tremendously well for the Dragons over a period there. This is last tackle. Rama Butler, the prop, has got the ball and she's just rumbled it forward. Unless if Fox have got it wrong, the Fox League have got the tackle count wrong. And now it's with Kelleher, kicks on her own 40. And it's taken on the full by the Sharks.
I like how you held your breath there, and with good reason. Yeah, I've been calling for King for a couple of weeks. I think Kirioratu's done an exceptional job. That field goal against Newcastle was absolute ice cold stuff. Thurston-esque, dare I say. Both got the headgears. But I think if Cronulla want any chance of doing anything serious, they have to proceed with Veron and King in the halves. And that might be harsh on young Kiriratu, who's the future of the club. But right now, Cronulla got to go. Looks like to North Queensland, I'd be taking King just quietly. As the ball goes back.
I
believe it is.
Is that your lady?
It is. She's playing wide. She can do it all. What a monster signing she's been. The ball goes left through Veron, draws one, gives it to Jada Highlight, who's brought down on the 10 bugger. I was hoping she'd turn inside there. But anyways, 10 metres out, fourth tackle. Again, Highlight in every highlight. So the ball goes right to Veron, fifth tackle. She takes it to line, gives it to Ellie Johnson. There's a hit up. I think Fox might have got it wrong. No, the Sharks got it wrong. A hit up on the fifth, down 30 points. Good game plan. I love it.
2-minute warning. Speaking of 2-minute warning, the Patriots got done by the Raiders, mate, but my Seahawks got done by the bloody 49ers, bro. How about the Buffalo Bills, bro? That was an insane comeback.
That was one of the best games I've ever seen. I actually took the day off to watch football with my son, sort of a Father's Day present to myself, and what a game. Yes,
you were rewarded handsomely, yes. As Isabel Kelly has the hit up that gets it to the 30. This is the third tackle, and it's a pass left infield here for Koenig, and she's able to get to the 40-metre line. Just post-contact meters from the Roosters have been massive. Sharkies just that is one issue that they need to rectify for next weekend. As Kelleher, passed it, a very flat pass to Strange, who found herself back on the wing, and she's able to enter Sharks territory here. So about 65 seconds remain. Davis goes right, finds Kelleher, puts up a mongrel.
Let it go this time. Okay, good. Jada Taylor picks the ball up. It goes for a chip kick and gets referee says a penalty there. So good on Jada for putting a chip kick in, trying something. I like to see it. And the Roosters players just gone kapow and put her on her backside. Oh, and it's high too. If she gets HIA and misses next week for that, I'm coming for vengeance, mate.
Well, Nasio might be in hot water and might miss next week for it.
Well, why the hell isn't that a sin bin? No, look, here we go. I think she's going to sit it down here. That's despicable.
Well, Nasio might be missing the first game of the Roosters finals.
Yeah, it looks like she might. Yeah, it's a shoulder to the head. She's in the bin. So Jada looks okay. They'll probably give her a thing. It won't be a Cat 1, but she better pass that. Otherwise, there might be trouble on Monday or Tuesday, mate. So if we're without our best player, there's Anessa Biddle, I believe that is, behind, as she walks off. Good play there from Jada Hart, who I believe has been our best player by quite some margin. So 20 seconds to go here. See if Cronulla throw the ball around. They've got a woman advantage for half a set. Just see what they do here. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. So ball goes left. Ellie Johnson makes a break. Goes right. She's fantastic. She is so good. Go left. Come on, we need a Penatani Gray try. The ball does go left to Veron, who goes it herself and gets tackled and just throws the ball. She's had an absolute stinker tonight. And the game's over and it's 40-10 and Penatani Gray finishes with no tries yet again.
Well, congratulations to the Sydney Roosters, who have gone through an 11-round, the first 11-round season, and have done it undefeated. And that, I think the winning streak is something like a 15-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken, for the Sydney Roosters. So they are the runaway favourites for the competition, but they do have a couple of concerns now with Nasio, who was just sent to the sin bin and might miss game 1 of the Roosters' first final, and Taryn Aiken. We'll see what happens there. But she went off early on in the first half. Dan, man, I'm so sorry about that result for you, bro. But the Sharkies did provide more entertainment in the second half. But it is a 40-10 victory to the Sydney Roosters, man. And I think with that, unless if there's absolute calamity, the Sharkies are going to be sitting in 5th position by the end of the weekend. And I think they'll be hitting the road next week.
Absolutely right. Unless the Knights get poleaxed, which I can't see happening. I can't see your girls beating the Broncos. And I don't think that's breaking any news. I think we're on a collision course next week, Sam. and I look forward to it. It should be a lot more competitive. Look, 40-10. The game felt like a 40-10. Yeah, in the pre-game, I called the literal score. It is what it is. It's not going to change in the next couple of weeks. I think the Roosters are just cruising. So, yeah, good times, good times. I'm glad we sat here and called this, mate, rather than me sitting at home by myself on the phone watching it, because probably wouldn't have had the laughs I've had here tonight. No, exactly. Well, bro, this weekend, it's not the only Sharks Roosters game that we're looking forward to, is it, bro? Because we got the men's. Let me talk to you just for half a second, if you don't mind. If you don't need to bugger off very quickly, of course. But Sharks Roosters, are you going to the game on Saturday? No, I'm not. My daughter just flat chat doesn't care, and I didn't want to pay $70 for her to sit there on the phone. I just watch it at home with my. Thanks, Paul. You're a legend, mate. I'll watch it at home. I'm looking forward to the game. It's a 50-50 for me. All comes down to what Cronulla do in the opening 20 minutes. We played the Roosters. We got Polacks. We beat them a couple of weeks ago. They did have Chad Townsend at halfback, which, they don't this weekend, which is a shame for us. We need to win this game, mate. Otherwise, I'm going to put the season down as a failure. A win, whatever happens then happens. It's 50-50.
Yeah, okay. I thank you very much, Jason Reader. Great stream, and congratulations to you. Dan, there was something that you wanted to say before you left. You said you wanted to revisit something, mate.
Oh, look, I can't remember, but
it's all right.
It'll come to me when we just check. I'll blow up about it later. But thank you, mate.
Yes.
That was
that's all right.
I love calling games with you here. Literally, thank you all out. Available anytime, and let's hope Saturday night's result goes a little bit different to tonight.
Absolutely, and yes, rest assured that it is Cowboys versus Sharks in the NRLW next weekend. Yes, both you and Terry will be allowed to come on, and I'll need to find some sort of backup to make it a 2-on-2 tag team match next week for sure. All right then, in a hell in a cell. All right then, thank you very much for your company, everybody. Thank you, Dan. Please subscribe to Rugby League Outlaws and Rob will Enjoy Sports if you have not done so already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Just a quick plug. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Speaking of All Out Club, we've got the Melbourne Storm versus the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs tomorrow night. It is going to be Dora and I calling that one from 7:30. So please come in and say good day. Please come in and join us then. But for tonight, Dan, thank you very much. Always good to hang out with you. And I might see you I think I'll just see you next weekend anyway, mate. So take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.